Thank you so much, everyone. It's Friday, and you know what that means, okay? We're getting to round up some of the political activities here. But let's tell you, you know that by the end of today, 5 more INEc resident electoral commissioners will have ended their tenures as recs. And that will leave 33 states in Nigeria. Yes, 33 states without resident electoral commissioners. Out of 36 states, only 3 states have resident electoral commissioners. The recs are the ones responsible for the day-to-day running of the commission's office in the states of the Federation. The presidency is responsible for the appointments of these officials, and now the vacuum has been created. Some of the states, they will be conducting elections in a matter of months, and some others when the appointments are made. And if it comes too late, those officials, when they are appointed, will just be learning on the job and perhaps be scratching the surface when the election period comes. Well, what are the implications of the vacuum on our electoral process? Let's hear now from the Chief Press Secretary to the INEc Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Oyekomi, joins us now via telephone. Many thanks, Mr. Oyekomi, for talking to us on Channels Television. You told us that 5 of the resident electoral commissioners will have ended their tenure by 4th of March. That means by Monday, 33 states effectively will be without recs. How does the Commission hope to steer the affairs of these states in the face of about 3 states hoping to do elections in the coming months?
Well, hello. Well, I didn't quite get the question, but I think I have an idea concerning the fact that by 4th of March, 5 more resident electoral commissioners will have completed their tenure. But, you know, INEc is operated in such a way like the federal ministries. You know, we have a minister and we have the permanent secretary. In the same vein, we have administrative secretaries in each of the states. So in the absence of a resident electoral commissioner, the administrative secretary takes charge.
It's interesting, though, that may be quite not, it may be against the constitution of the country, considering the fact that the constitution has mandated that there shall be resident electoral commissions appointed to steer the affairs of each of the states of INEc. But as it stands now, what is delaying the presidency? Because we know that the presidency is responsible for the appointment. As we saw in the national commissioners, the appointments also came very late. What has been the problem?
Well, you know, it is not in our place to dictate the pace for the federal government. We are working very closely with them, and our chairman is in contact with the National Assembly, both chambers, both the House of Representatives and the Senate, and we are very confident that very soon the presidency will do the needful. We are very hopeful.
And I'm not sure whether this is constitutional, and we know so much work. You announced day before yesterday that 202 officials of INEc have been accused by the EFCC of several infractions. That means it has to do with financial issues, and that means that there's a lot of issues in the running of INEc. For example, the commissioner said there is going to be an overhaul of INEc in River State, and most of the senior officials in INEc River State they've been redeployed. That means that there's a major issue within the rank and file of the commission. Now that those 33 states have no recs, this poses a lot of danger, isn't it, for INEc?
Well, as you know, the Rivers rerun election was enmeshed in quite a number of controversies. There were allegations against INEc staff, and then you had the police instituting its own panel. We also instituted our own panel, and then you also had the EFCC's panel. Now, as far as the 202 INEc staff are concerned, we are setting up a disciplinary committee which will decide on their fate next week. But in the interim, the commission has decided that there will be an overhaul in Rivers, and all the heads of departments, including the senior, the directors, assistant directors, will be redeployed out of Rivers to have a cleanup. But then, like I say, you know, it's an ongoing process. Adequate measures will be put in place to make sure that there is no vacuum.
All right, Rotimi Oyekomi, the Chief Press Secretary to the INEc National Commissioner. Many thanks for your thoughts there. We do know that it's an enormous task organizing election in Nigeria. The issue of trust comes to play, but when the leadership is not properly constituted, and this poses a lot of problems. So we do hope that the presidency will rise up to the occasion and put the house in order for INEc. INEc has no power to in all of this, but the presidency needs to do something and do something for 33 states of the 36 states have no recs. It's sort of a state of emergency there. Well, to our other major story of the day, the concerns of some Nigerians of the Southeast extraction continue to come up on the manner in which resources appointments should be handled. A group of elder statesmen from the South and Southeast regions met in Lagos on ways to help unite the regions and ensure that no region in Nigeria is marginalized. South leader Chief Edwin Clark is asking that Nigeria should consider true fiscal federalism that will ensure equity and even distribution of the nation's wealth. The new President General of the Igbo Socio-Cultural Group, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo, and a former Nigerian Minister, Chief John Nwodo, says the Igbo nation is marginalized, and considering the current distribution of appointments and treatment of people from that region, something urgent needs to be done.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria, whereby the three regions, North, East, and West, will be the components. Every region will be equal of the other, but allow each region to develop at its own pace. And three, physical federality. That is, whatever is produced in your area, you'll be entitled to half of it, 50%. The balance of 50%, 30% will go to the three regions, again with the federal government, and 20% to the federal government.
We feel discriminated against. We do not feel that we are equal members of this federation. And I have enunciated the characteristics before. But just for your benefit before you leave, we belong to a country where every region of this country has more than 5 states, but we are the only ones who have 5 states. Notwithstanding inclusions of various places, we are still left a minority. When I listen to speeches by the likes of the Emir of Kano about an agreement to keep us down because we went to war, I wonder when the war will ever end and when that agreement will be repealed. You know that all the security services of this country, none is headed by an Igbo man.
Chief Edwin Clark there, and John Nwodo, the former minister and the President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo. Well, the big question is, are the Igbos of the Southeast region Nigeria really marginalized?